Greetings, dear ones. We are, as always, very pleased to have a moment to speak with you today. And today, our writer has a question, which perhaps many of you are asking now. Core, my friends, are we already moving into fifth dimensional life on this planet? It just isn't very obvious yet. We are awaiting and calling in different forms of disclosure of the dark actions of the crime syndicates that have long run the planet, of the yet presence of free energy devices, of the secret space program, and of long-suppressed advanced healing technologies. At this moment, amid ongoing wars and other conflict, and Earth reacting to the powerful solar light waves with extreme weather and earthquakes, it feels as if we'll never get there. And due to this powerful light coming in, we are all dealing with old trauma coming up from this and other Earth lives. So it can feel as if we are further away from the new Earth now, rather than closer. Your input and energetic support is very much appreciated. The collective, we are aware, perhaps even more than most humans now, of the internal conflict and upset that humanity is feeling now. It is particularly difficult and demanding for those who came in to hold, transmit, and become the light. You have all long sought to reflect and represent the higher realms to a darkened, often desperate Earth. We would say that what you experience now, with the shocks and jolts of a fast-shifting world, is not only due to the solar light waves, but to your own decisions to bring Earth back into the Galactic Federation and the Intergalactic Confederation of Worlds. Most of you are expert at various forms of either commanding a ship on an intergalactic mission, or at fulfilling various powerful roles within a command. Those roles may be dedicating to healing, or technology, or an ambassadorial role, or to scientific or artistic exploration, teaching, or beyond all of these, pure spiritual pursuits that require higher levels of wisdom and integration of one's own consciousness with pure source. This is your Earth mission, and you are all involved in it, though without much conscious awareness of such in your waking state. Great is the confusion of energies within you now, yet in your sleep state, as we have noted many times, you are never confused or overwhelmed. Your actions while in the etheric, and this is your true self, are that of very old souls with a vital role, predetermined by you, that you are living out powerfully, without the hesitance of waiting for any outer situation to improve before you realize your full empowerment. You have accepted that dealing with the issues you name is your empowerment, demonstrated within your daily Earth life. We say this, realizing that in your waking hours, you are still in a place of high vulnerability and often in feelings of unctuousness, loss, high stress, and emotional confusion. The highs that some are experiencing, brought on by the powerful solar winds and healing plasma light particles flowing to Earth now, are often accompanied by lows that are painful enough at times to make one wish that one had never come to Earth to begin with. Yet we ask two things: that you allow yourself your sadness and struggle, blessing it and moving through it with emotional honesty, allowing yourself to cry and release where need, and that you follow up the more difficult moments with any affirmation that can assist you in that ongoing healing and dissolving of old Earth patterns. Some will affirm, "I can do all things through divine love, who strengthens me." Others will remind themselves, "I am the light," and I allow these moments as they reveal what must be transformed. Remember that you are not alone in any of this. We are here with you, many of us, on the ground, and that as you travel through difficult moments emotionally and mentally, know that in those times, your spirit is taking on new forms of self-realization that it could never come to otherwise. While on the ships in your etheric body, a projection of your consciousness through time-space, an element that cannot confine you now, you meet often with your guides and mentors, who are now advising you on new and far higher levels. Your questions to them are far more complex than in the past, and your realization of the depths of your and your soul family's Earth mission goes well beyond anything you have grasped before now. More is being revealed to you of Earth's journey than you have ever seen, and your learning, abilities, and insights will, further down the timeline, come to exceed even what was accomplished in Atlantis and Lemuria and the other great civilizations. But in this particular Earth journey, you chose to return to those heights via the exploration, experience, then release of a darker, lower dimensional Earth life. This is ascension in its truest form. You have been to the depths, both in terms of dark dimensional levels and in terms of Earth experiences. The challenge is now to recover lost aspects of your own spirit essence, lost during one trauma or conflict or another, and to heal your consciousness not only of that fragmentation, but of all the losses it has experienced. Ascension into a higher vibrational spirit form from that level of experience will indeed feel hard to impossible some days. And yet, remember always, dear ones, you are never alone. Your soul family, the higher realms, and your Earth will never abandon you. Your Lady Gaia is throwing off the toxicity of eons as she ensures that certain forms of life that bow to the orders of the dark realms find it harder and harder to live on her surface or below it. She is deliberately increasing her vibration to where the dark ones continue to be rounded up, one way or another, as their frequency increasingly clashes with her own. This is a new reality being formed, and they, and human subjugation and suffering, have no place in it. Your sun, likewise, is cognizant of your struggles, and emits only those rays which will assist, not impede your journey upward, though it may feel otherwise at times. And yes, conflict and strange weather and calamitous events such as the earthquakes are occurring. Recall that nearly all come into an Earth life with a fully detailed life chart. They have chosen to be in a particular place and to experience a particular life there for good reasons that you cannot fathom. Thousands have been lost to the Earth via recent calamity, yes, but not lost to the higher realms, their true home. They shall be reunited with loved ones, whether here or in the higher realms, according to what they consciously choose. Consider that all you see is powerfully sentient, as the old sailing ships set on a deliberate course on a sea that has no path. To the much contained, long restricted human reasoning, this can be very hard to grasp, and so require of your higher self, guides, and angels that you be given your higher powers of wisdom and knowing, such as you enjoy in the higher realms. Lift my sight and my absorption of what is happening now to such a higher level that I am brought beyond the human experiences of loss, fear, or anger, and lifted to where I bless all and call all good, with thanks for all experience. Those lost in times of war and natural disaster are not actually lost, but transferred, some to the ships, some to inner earth, some back home to the higher realms, if their spirits will allow such. And if you wish to assist them in their journey now, image them filled with divine light of the highest order. Thank them for their journey, without judgment for how their physicality ended. Many return now to the etheric, so that they can better assist Earth's and humanity's ascension. Refuse to take in these events occurring now as if the light had no say in what is happening, for it has great say, as it flows to Earth with a creation-making power that you have till now only read about. Stand in the sunlight and look into your sun, and realize, as above, so below. This is not a false promise. This path you created for yourselves, and it is coming to fruition in ways you only somewhat feel at the moment, without fully seeing outwardly. Do not depend upon your news stream to report it to you. Call forth the truth of what is happening in your meditations, your prayers, your time in nature, in creative moments of art, dance, music, poetry. Namaste, sacred midwives of the new earth. We are with you always, and you are never alone. Underscore 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 core. Hello everyone, this is Caroline, and I'm in Sedona, Arizona, asking for some of the strength of Rock Nation. Its patience, its courage, the beautiful resolve of the Rock people. And I'm going to key into the higher selves right now and ask that they speak to us. And this is Courthouse Rock right now, in a way that's relevant for whenever you watch this video. So I'm just listening. And what they're saying is that there are aspects of the human mind and heart that are stepping forward now that have not been present with us for thousands of years. And I know that the collective have said this in their messages to light workers, but they're pointing out that there has to be room made for that. So if you or I are feeling a bit uncomfortable, unhappy about things that are coming up for us, mentally or emotionally, and we want to move to a higher level, which is totally understandable, understand that those things are coming up, and those uncomfortable moments are happening, so that there is beautiful room, absolutely beautiful room for the newer aspects of who we are, because it comes down to releasing that which is not for our higher good, and releasing that which is not our true and authentic self, and that's a self that we have known for eons, thousands and thousands of years. As we're looking into the sun here, we're going to ask for his beautiful blessings, as well as the blessing of all the higher selves and spirit guides, because basically they're saying you're not going to recognize certain aspects of yourself. Things are going to come forward that haven't come forward for a very long time, maybe hundreds of Earth lives, and you're not going to recognize it. Why am I feeling euphoric about this? Or why am I feeling angry or sad, or upset or impatient with this? And it's not always going to make sense. Yet, here we are, becoming what feels like a new self, when in fact, it's the old self, in a really beautiful, higher dimensional way. The only way we're going to be able to make room for that is to release the things that have blocked it. And some of that can be a little intense, no question. Some of that is just strange. We just want to move through it quickly and affirm, I'm not going to be troubled by this anymore. And yet the sadness, the pain, has to come up. That's actually a good sign. So don't feel, oh, I'm not being spiritual enough about this or that. Don't feel that you're not doing what you need to do spiritually, or being who you need to be. Of course you are. We're all in process. If you weren't in some kind of process of growth and releasing that which is the false self, created purely to survive in one incredibly tough Earth life after another, if you weren't releasing all that, all of us, you wouldn't be returning to who you truly are. And the release levels, it's just like when you're cleaning your house and you're scrubbing the floor. Let's say somebody tracked mud all over the floor and you're scrubbing at it. It looks worse to begin with. It looks dreadful. And this is completely understandable. And you think, oh my gosh. But you don't panic. You don't panic because it looks dreadful. You just say, well, that's all right, I'm getting up all the dirt, all the stuff that's got to go. And then the next round of cleaning, as you mop up that mud and add more water, things start to look a bit better. You just allow yourself this beautiful ongoing progression where you don't question what's happening. And this is where you and I have to be now. I think also that we're moving out of the mechanization of life, such as the extreme left brain emphasis that's been given us for so long, so that when we look at a tree like this, for example, and we see that there's what looks to be malformation, we don't question it. We see its beauty, a sort of wabi-sabi asterisk, how there's beauty in this misshapen object, which actually is a beautiful living being with a beautiful spirit, a beautiful nature spirit guiding it and living within it. So we bow to all the nature spirits around us. Now namaste, friends. We give thanks for them, and we allow that whatever song they're singing is individual to them. We're fine with that. But then when it comes to you and me in the modern world, we're sort of, well, everything should be even and work perfectly. I shouldn't owe any money or have any extra weight on me, and on and on. And really, thankfully those issues are there, so you and I can realize what needs to be healed. It's a huge gift, even though it feels like a huge annoyance some days. So I'm going to go back to the higher selves for a moment and just listen as you look at these beautiful trees and shrubbery. So they're saying, one of the biggest things we can do right now is realize that there has to be a letting go in the ascension process. It's not just suddenly becoming joyful and light-filled and happy and being able to heal ourselves and other people. It's a letting go. There has to be a letting go. So they're saying, ask every day, ask your spirit team of angelic guardians, spirit guides, and higher self. What has to be let go of today? What has to be released? How can I release things easily, calmly, gracefully? Think of an issue right now in your life. We're just going to flow higher energies. The collective will flow higher energies to you. And so will your beautiful spirit team while you're looking at this lovely bell rock. And just breathe out. Think of an issue where you have felt stuck. Realize this isn't you, it's not your true self, and yet there's an incredible gift there. So you're asking your higher self, what needs to release from me? And trust that whatever it is, they're guiding you there. Even if an idea doesn't come to mind, even if you don't have left brain language for it. And I know my friend, energy healer, Sherry Bausch was talking about this recently, how words and left brain language assignations aren't really that relevant anymore. We're really moving beyond it. And you'll have moments where you're realizing something, and you don't need to think it. You don't need to have words for it. You'll just take it in energetically, and that will be fine. And you'll have moments with loved ones when you don't need to speak, and they'll be taking in energetically exactly what you need to tell them. So hand that over to your higher self right now, and just say, whatever I need to release, all I ask is that you assist me in releasing it calmly, gracefully, quietly, easily, without a lot of struggle. I'm not going to put up a lot of resistance. I'm just going to breathe out. And that today, whatever needs to be released, we release at least one layer of that, as people say, in grace and ease. I bless the whole process. If I need to cry or beat a pillow and get angry, I can do that. That's all right, but it doesn't define my path. A lot of resistance or a lot of emotional drama. Those moments will come. I will bow to them. I will allow the emotion to rise up. Release it. Cry it out. Scream into a pillow if you have to, that's fine. Excellent. That's a breakthrough moment. And you're just saying, I'm not going to resist this beautiful growth and healing process, which has to do with releasing everything that is not really me. It's something that I picked up over time, over Earth experiences, but it isn't me. Wonderful. So we thank the higher selves, and their message is, remember to laugh. Laughing is great because it gets the diaphragm moving, and we can release a lot of dense energy through laughter. So find every opportunity you can to laugh. Movement, Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, dance, walking briskly, whatever you can do. Wonderful. So I send much love. Namaste.